Good afternoon, everyone. I am Manjari Desai from Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture. A warm welcome to all of you to the ongoing series of Finance for MSMEs. So, Maratha Chamber of Commerce periodically conducts programs for finance to support the MSMEs, to bring awareness to the MSMEs on the different programs, on the different schemes that are launched by different banks, by RBI to support this segment. So largely our membership comprises of 3,000 plus members, and majorly most of them are MSMEs. So we are very vigilant and we take these schemes across to our members. So welcome to the ongoing series of Finance for MSMEs with a focus on inclusive growth. Today we have with us as partners Bank of Maharashtra, who are going to present the various schemes on the Mahaswasthya Setu campaign, which have been launched by them. The scheme is basically to finance the healthcare professionals and manufacturers. RBI recently announced a series of measures to improve credit delivery and ensuring that there is sufficient liquidity with the masses, and the state government have sufficient resources in their effort to deal with the pandemic situation. So these measures largely include the support schemes for the healthcare infrastructure. Bank of Maharashtra has launched a special campaign on the Maha Swasthya Setu campaign for Maha Doctors, Maha Arogyam, and Maha Sanjeevani products, which boost provision of immediate liquidity for ramping up the healthcare infrastructure. A warm welcome to all the participants here today. A warm welcome to our friends from Bank of Maharashtra. We have with us Mr. Jatin Desai. He's a Deputy General Manager and Zonal Head, Pune West Zone. We have with us Mr. Rajesh Singh, Deputy General Manager, Zonal Head, Pune City Zone. Mr. Hemant Tamta, Executive Director, Bank of Maharashtra, will be joining us online in a digital message that he has recorded for our members. We have with us Mr. Suryakant Sawant, General Manager, MSME and Retail. We have with us Mr. Alok Mishra, Chief Manager, Bank of Maharashtra. We have Mr. Vivek Dhawan, Deputy General Manager and Zonal Head, Pune East Zone, and also Mr. Bharat Bhushan, who is the Head of the Marketing. So warm welcome to all of you, and a warm welcome to Bank of Maharashtra for partnering with us in this initiative to connect with our members and bring forth information on the schemes that they have launched for the healthcare sector. I would like to invite Mr. Jatin Desai, Deputy General Manager and Zonal Head, Pune West Zone, to please give a welcome address to our members.
Thank you, Madam Manjari, Director of MCCIA, and thanks for setting the ball rolling for the informative deliberations going to happen from here onwards. Good afternoon to all. I thank MCCIA, with whom Bank of Maharashtra feels proud in having association since long. I also take this opportunity to thank them in their endeavor for reaching out to you entrepreneurs in such a difficult time. I welcome all the dignitaries and participants to this webinar on financing to healthcare sector, professionals and manufacturers organized by Bank of Maharashtra. The importance of MSME sector and its contribution to the nation's growth and prosperity has remained immense, and particularly in last 1.5 years, health sector's contribution do not require introduction. The number of registered MSMEs have grown to 2.5 million units in 2020 due to launch of Udyog Aadhar Memorandum Policy. India has presently approximately 6.3 crores MSMEs as per MSME Ministry's data dated 16th of May 2021. The budget allocation for the financial year 2022 also has been doubled to 15,700 crores. The Indian MSME sector contributes about 28% towards the GDP. To boost the equity culture among MSMEs, the BSE SME Exchange is actively initiating steps to collaborate with state governments and other professional networks to organize webinars. Bank of Maharashtra, a leading mid-cap size bank, is devotedly in togetherness with the nation's MSME. Just to drive the point home, BOM has clocked 35% year on year as of 31st March 2021 in MSME lending, which is the industry highest among all public sector banks. Similarly, in retail lending, BOM has clocked percentage growth of 25.61%, again, which is the industry highest as of 31st March 2021 among all the public sector banks. With the above in view and focus today, Bank of Maharashtra's General Manager MSME and Retail Credit, Shri Suryakant Sawant sir, will address this August gathering, centering our bank's products, bank's contribution, and effective partnership, which Bank of Maharashtra has always advocated in nation's growth by partnering and lending a helping hand to MSME. May I now request Shri Rajesh Singh sir, DGM and Zonal Head of BOM Pune City Zone. Thanks.
Yes, good afternoon to all. Honorable dignitaries, Director DCCI, Madam Manjari, our General Manager MSME and Retail Credit, Mr. Suryakant Sawant, General Manager PWZ, Pune West Zone, Mr. Desai, Pune East Zone, Mr. Dhawan, other dignitaries of the Bank of Maharashtra, and the medical and pharma professionals connected through this online webinar. We welcome them all. MCCI is a respectable body, and they are professionally representing and promoting the development of various industries, commerce, and businesses all over the Maharashtra. It is very old and established body. In 1934, it was established, and they realized that there is a need for supporting the MSMEs financially support. For that, they were also instrumental in establishing our Bank of Maharashtra way back in 1935. So we are thankful to MCCI for coming out with such a great idea, and since beginning they are associated with Bank of Maharashtra. And Bank of Maharashtra, on the other hand, was established in 1935 in Pune itself. It is our base area, and since then our bank was nationalized in 1969 along with other major nationalized banks. We have around 2,000 branches all over the country. Out of that, around 1,100 branches are in Maharashtra itself. We are also representing the state level bankers committee. We are the convener of that SLBC, and we have the lead bank responsibility in various districts of Maharashtra. So far as Pune is concerned, we are the lead bank of the Pune district. In Pune, we have got around 186 branches. This is the highest number of the branches of any nationalized or private banks. For control and monitoring purpose, our bank has divided this entire Pune district into 3 zones: Pune City Zone, Pune West Zone, and Pune East Zone. And each is having around 60-65 branches. Bank of Maharashtra and MCCI have been working together since long. As I told you, they were working with together since the inception, in fact, that way. So in that series, we have come out, we have planned this year also, we will be conducting a series of webinars to support the MSMEs, corporates, retail sector, as well as the industry specific seminars and webinars will be arranged throughout the year, as Madam Manjari informed in the beginning itself. So in this context, as you are all aware, as Mr. Desai also told, yes, entire world, in fact, been suffering with the pandemic, and our country is also not exception, and we have suffered a lot in that. And we are thankful to the doctors and medical fraternity that they have supported a lot, may it be treatment, may it be now vaccination also, everywhere. Because of them only, they could save a lot of lives. In this context, we as a bankers also have a role, yes, to support the medical fraternity and the pharma sector. In this context, this webinar has been arranged especially for the medical fraternity and the pharma sector. So in this regard, we have got, yes, as Madam Manjari told, initially we have launched Maha Setu program. In that, we have got specific 3-4 schemes especially for doctors and pharma sector, like Mahadoc, Maha Sanjeevani, and Maha Arogya, and various other schemes are there. In this regard, I will request General Manager MSME and Retail, Sri Suryakant Sawantji, to please guide the audience with details of the scheme and how our medical fraternity can take advantage of these schemes. But before this, I request Mr. Bharat Bhushan Manager PCZ Marketing to share the video message of our Executive Director, Sri Hemant Tamta sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Bank of Maharashtra is proud to be associated with Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture since long. I really appreciate the efforts taken by MCCIA and our vibrant team for reaching out the MSME in this challenging time. Needless to reiterate that micro, small and medium enterprises play vital role in the Indian economy and contribute significantly to our country's GDP, employment generation, etc. Bank of Maharashtra is committed to support all MSME entrepreneurs. It can be envisaged with the surge in our loan book under this sector. Our MSME portfolio registered a growth of 35% during the last fiscal year. Also, we are the number one in terms of overall business growth among PSU banks. RBI has announced series of measures to ensure adequate liquidity and provisions for ramping up COVID-related healthcare infrastructure and services in the country. Accordingly, Bank of Maharashtra has launched two new schemes to provide support to healthcare sector, that is Maha Arogyam and Maha Sanjeevani scheme, in addition to our existing Maha Doc scheme. Further to our endeavor, Bank of Maharashtra has tossed a pan-India campaign, namely Maha Swasthya Setu, from 16th of June to 31st July, in order to have focused approach to cater to the needs of all the entrepreneurs and medical professionals engaged in healthcare sector. The products are having one of the most competitive features and attractive rate of interest. Hope this webinar shall be very helpful to all the entrepreneurs, and Bank of Maharashtra team will share insightful information with you. I wish all the success and stay safe.
Sound sir, yes, I request Sound sir to please guide the audience.
Yeah, thank you, Rajesh ji. I thank you, Miss Manjuri, Madam, Director MCCIA, my colleagues, Mr. Rajesh, Mr. Jatin, and all other my colleagues who are joining this particular platform. I thank you for giving me this opportunity to share this platform and share the bank's perspective as regards to the healthcare sector with all the MSME players in the industry. First of all, as rightly said by Mr. Rajesh, Bank of Maharashtra is a nationalized bank, and we are having pan-India presence with 2,000 outlets and with a mid-size of bank. As everybody is aware about Bank of Maharashtra, we have been number one in the entire banking sector as far as the business growth is concerned in the previous financial year. Be it a kind of advances growth, be deposit growth, be any other capital adequacy or any other profitability parameters also, the Bank of Maharashtra has become number one in the previous financial year. And we are confident that the same progress, same growth we will be maintained, and sustainable growth will be exhibited in this current financial year also. And that is why a lot of programs we have been launching this year particularly, and we have been targeting large area of our MSME clients. last year also we had conducted a lot of campaigns where we got a good success in every campaign. This year also we are planning in a phased manner with all kinds of MSME, be it a healthcare segment, be it textile segment, be it ceramic segment, or cluster wise we are targeting everywhere. So this time we thought that since COVID is now existing and COVID impact is there, so there is a better scope and we can grow well in healthcare sector, and that is why we thought that we will target first in healthcare sector. And thanks to MCCIA who has given us this opportunity, and they have given the platform to the bank to showcase our products in this particular platform. As far as this pharma sector is concerned, everybody knows that pharma sector has been growing with a CAGR of 20% since last 4-5 years, and the same growth is expected to be continued in this particular year also. It is expected that this particular sector will reach to 2.75 trillion in overall business growth, and by 2022 it is expected that 2075 was the expectation, but I feel that it will reach to 3 lakh crore considering the present scenario and the emphasis given by various sectors, including bankers, including Government of India for this particular sector. We are confident that this sector will reach to 3 lakh trillion or 3 trillion rupees in March 2022. Because healthcare has become one of the largest sectors of Indian economy in terms of both revenue as well as employment. As far as employment is concerned, the particular sector with you can say enrolled people are around 40 lakhs people are there, and unorganized sector we are if we count, it will be largest I think after textile and after construction and after MSME, it will be a largest contributor to the employment as far as the healthcare is concerned. Various people are positive as regards to the perspective of this particular segment. Prospects are very good, optimistic. We are optimistic as far as this sector is concerned because growing middle age or middle class people are there who are increasingly favoring the preventive healthcare also. Why we say that there are a lot of prospects in this particular sector? Because if we see that 30% Indians, they do not have access to the primary healthcare facilities. 39 million Indians fall below the poverty line every year because of the healthcare expenses, and 70% of the India's healthcare infrastructure is limited to only top 20 cities. Because most of the people, if you see, they travel from tier 1 city or tier 2 or tier 3 cities to tier 1 or tier 2 cities for this particular healthcare infrastructure purpose. 30% people in rural India, they do not visit the hospitals fearing the expenses, and this particular aspect has been considered by the Government of India, and that is why particularly in this COVID situation, Government of India has also come out with the schemes so that those who are COVID positive and those who have incurred heavy expenditure in this COVID, they can get loan facilities from the bankers. India accounts for 21% of the global disease burden, if we see, and India needs to add at least 650,000 beds in addition to the existing capacity, and this particular capacity expansion, capital investment, 62,500 crore. This is the estimate which have been given by the Government of India, and medicines which are constitute the highest share in the consumer expenditure is 64% in the public sector. India accounts for 70% communicable disease and over 50% non-communicable diseases, and that is why we always say that there is a heavy or high potential in particularly tier 3 and tier 4 cities. Healthcare needs 47% of rural India and 31% of urban India are financed by the loans for sale of assets. Means particularly in rural India, whenever any particular person is not feeling well or he has to undergo certain medical treatments, heavy burden, financial burden will be there, and this burden either they are raising the loans or they are selling their assets to get rid of these particular diseases, and that is the main concern for rural Indian people, and for which the finance as a financier, the bankers play a major role. As far as the expansion of private players, it has happened in only tier 1 and tier 2 cities, but majorly it is in tier 1 cities, especially Bombay, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, or Chennai, like these places. And beyond these metropolitan cities, there is very low penetration of this healthcare segment, and that is why it is having attractive investment opportunity as far as the healthcare infrastructure is concerned. These pharmaceuticals has the opportunity to boost the domestic manufacturing support supported by the recent government schemes with the performance link incentive also as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, because government of India has given has launched a performance link incentive scheme for especially pharmaceutical sector, so that Bharat become a self-reliant as far as the pharma sector is concerned. Some other measures are that FDI is also permitted up to 100% under the automatic route. The non-resident investors or Indian companies does not require approval from the government of India for investment in pharma sector. In the hospital sector, especially if any brownfield project is there or any greenfield project is there, if greenfield project is there, 100% FDI can be is permitted, and in case of brownfield project, 74% FDI is permitted. For which no permission is required from the government of India. So these are the potentials available infrastructure as far as the financial healthcare infrastructure is concerned, and that is why bank thought that this is the right time to concentrate on this particular sector. We are already having various schemes to finance for this healthcare segment, but in order to have a strong foothold of our bank, we have come up with Maha Swasthya Setu campaign, which we have already launched in the market, and various benefits are there under this particular scheme. And under this scheme, we have launched 3 particularly schemes which are very attractive, lucrative as far as the terms of the schemes are concerned. Those schemes are Mahadoc scheme, and the second one is Maha Arogyam scheme, and the third one is Maha Sanjeevani scheme. These particular Maha Arogyam and Maha Sanjeevani schemes we have launched in line with the government of India, who has recently announced the healthcare package for increasing the spending in the healthcare infra, particularly for ramping up the COVID-related healthcare infrastructure and services in the country. Reserve Bank of India has also provided one-tap facility and a window of 50,000 crores with tenor up to 3 years at repo rate, and the same has been made available to all the banks up to 31st March 2022. So our bank is also willing to take the benefit of this particular scheme by providing financial assistance to healthcare or health infrastructure projects. So as far as Mahadoc is concerned, the target group is doctors or registered medical practitioner, and they can avail this particular scheme for purchase or renovation of or construction of premises, clinics or hospitals, nursing homes. Purchase of machinery as well as vehicle like ambulances or for personal use of medical practitioner, the vehicle also can be, that is 4-wheeler, can also be purchased under the scheme. The facilities which we are allowing are term loan and cash credit facilities, and we are allowing maximum up to 5 crore financial assistance under this particular scheme. Rate of interest is very competitive, and it is linked to RLLR, and 75 basis point we are adding the spread, and BSS 50 basis point we are adding. So effective rate, it comes to very competitive 8.15% per annum on daily reducing balance. Margin also we have kept very simple, 20% margin in case of term loan, and vehicle only 15% margin we have stipulated. And for CC, if CC working capital requirement is there, the 25% margin is there. Above 100 lakhs rupees, term loan margin is 25%, and CC for CC it is 25% if it is above 100 lakhs. So up to 100 lakhs, term loan margin is 20%. Primary security, as far as working capital is concerned, it will be a kind of current assets of that particular unit. And in addition to that, mortgage of properties, if the loan has been given for purchase or construction of the hospital out of the bank finance, and hypothecation of other assets if it is given as a term loan for purchase of machinery or purchase of equipments or vehicle, then hypothecation of that particular assets will be taken as a primary security. No collateral security is being stipulated up to 2 crore because we are covering this particular product under CGTMSE scheme, and above 2 crore the collateral security is being insisted as per the bank's policy, that is 40% for the new unit. And in that case also we are giving some hybrid model also, means part of that particular finance can be covered under CGTMSE and part can be covered under the collateral management. Repayment also, we are giving 12 months total door-to-door tenor, that is within 12 years the entire loan can be repaid, and with the moratorium of 2 years we are giving. Others for equipments and machineries, we are giving 7 years total repayment period, including the moratorium. And in this particular, we are giving 6 months moratorium period as far as the equipments are concerned. Working capital, it will be on demand basis, and there will not be any moratorium. Only thing that it has to be the DP has to be maintained on a regular basis, and it will be subject to the annual review. This is particularly Maha Doc scheme, which we are giving for medical professionals or doctors, and the Maha Arogyam and Maha Sanjeevani schemes are also available for the hospitals and other players in the healthcare sectors. As far as Maha Sanjeevani scheme is there, this particular scheme has been launched for suppliers of medical oxygens and oxygen cylinders, and existing hospitals or nursing homes who wants to set up an oxygen plant in their particularly hospitals and nursing homes. If they want to set up oxygen plant, this scheme is available for them. Units which are engaged in manufacturing of liquid oxygen or oxygen cylinder, etc., for medical use, they can also avail under this facility. The facility will be given in the form of term loan as well as working capital CC limit, not working capital, because this is only for setting up of O2 plant and the liquid oxygen plant or oxygen cylinders, etc., manufacturing for medical purposes. The maximum cap for this particular scheme under Maha Sanjeevani is 2 crore. Rate of interest is very competitive, that is 7.5% per annum on daily reducing balance method. Here I want to mention particularly that there is no requirement of margin contribution as far as Maha Sanjeevani scheme is concerned, and the primary security will be hypothecation of assets financed by the bank, including the current assets or the fixed assets and consumables or receivables under this scheme. Collateral security, since this particular scheme is under 2 crore only, we are not insisting for any collateral security, and this particular scheme is being covered under CGTMSE, where the entire CGTMSE fees will be borne by the bank itself. Maximum tenor under this particular scheme is 5 years, including the 6 months moratorium period. So the entire 2 crore loan can be repaid within a period of 5 years, barring the initial 6 months period, which are given for the generation of the cash flow and streamlining the particular machinery. This is regards to Maha Sanjeevani scheme, and as far as Maha Arogyam scheme is there, this scheme is available for medical professional as well as medical non-medical professional engaged in the healthcare sector for ramping up required infrastructure, that is hospitals, manufacturers of medical oxygen cylinders and concentrators, ventilators, PPEs, ICU beds, manufacturer and importer of permitted drugs, vaccines, etc. Logistic firms are also allowed under this particular scheme, which are engaged in critical healthcare particularly. Eligibility will be the firm or entrepreneur should have the required approvals, registration from the statutory or regulatory authorities. Whatever the approvals are required for starting up these particular projects, those approvals should be in place before going for this particular finance. The purpose will be for setting up, expansion, renovation of hospitals, clinics, nursing homes, diagnostic labs, etc. And to set up the oxygen plants along with power backup for medical use, to set up manufacturing unit for medicines, medical equipments, healthcare related products, and for working capital also we are providing under this facility Maha Arogyam. The forms of facilities available under this particular scheme is term loan, cash credit limit, bank guarantees, and LCs for procurement of equipments and all. Quantum of finance will be minimum 10 lakhs rupees and maximum 100 lakhs rupees. Why we have kept this particularly 100 lakhs rupees maximum cap? Because we are aiming to develop this kind of infrastructure in tier 3 and tier 4 cities where the actual cost requirement for setting up any particular hospitals are low. The rate of interest, if that particular activity or particular unit is having MSME certificates, or if it is registered under Udyami registration, then the rate of interest will be minimum 8.90% and 9.40% will be the maximum per annum on daily reducing balance basis. For non-MSME units, it will be 6 months MCLR plus 2%. Bank's 6 months MCLR at present is 6.25 and 2% spread, 7.25%, and spread will be 2%, 2 to 2.5%. So effective rate will be 9.25% to 9.75% per annum on daily reducing balance basis. Margin contribution required for this particular project is 15% for term loan and bank guarantee, and for cash credit it is 15% against stock, receivables 25% with cover period up to 90 days. Primary security here also it will be hypothecation or mortgage of assets which are financed by the bank, including the current assets, fixed assets, consumables, and receivables. In case of multiple banking also, we are allowing this facility under consortium also we are allowing this facility. Loan facility shall rank pari passu with existing credit facilities in respect of the underlying securities as well as cash flow for repayment. Collateral security up to 2 crore, there will not be any collateral security. It will be covered under CGTMSE scheme, and minimum 25% will be there for others. About 2 crore, minimum 25% SARFAESI compliant tangible assets will be required. This is above 2 crore. Repayment cash credit, it will be renewed on annual basis, and it will be repayable on demand. In case of term loan, the maximum period of 10 years, including moratorium period of term loan. Maximum moratorium under this scheme will be 18 months for construction of hospital, nursing home, and 6 months in case of purchase of equipment only. Repayment can be equated or customized in alignment with the estimated cash accrual of the unit. So these are the three major schemes we have launched under our Maha Swasth Setu campaign, which is already started, and we are continuing this particular campaign up to 31st July, where aggressively the bank will be having the marketing and all for this particular scheme. The scheme again, it will be available after that also, but bank is focusing that maximum business will be covered under this particular scheme by 31st July 2021. So I would appeal all our MSME clients, all our professionals who are particularly in healthcare sector and manufacturing setup to get the take the benefit of this particular scheme. My team is already there, and we have already displayed this scheme on our website also. Contact numbers are also available in that particular website, so that anybody who is desirous of availing this facility can contact the bank. We are also trying end-to-end solution for this on digital platform also, so that interested people, they can log in through our digital platform, and they can take the benefit. So once again, I thank MCCIA for giving me this opportunity, and on behalf of Bank of Maharashtra, I thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We will also share your presentation with, we have a group of doctors and manufacturers in our database. Many of them have not been able to attend the program today. So we'll share your presentation with them with the contact details of the person they should be getting in touch with. So that would definitely help. So if there are any questions, the forum is open to take any questions. They can be addressed to Mr. Suryakant Sawant.
Hello, ma'am and sir. So this is really interesting session. My name is Nilesh Pathak from Pune. I would like to understand and would like to know from Suryakant sir that is there any specific scheme by the bank which assists us for the entrepreneurs who are willing to showcase their product for a kind of a software or a digital kind of a solution regarding which will help the healthcare sector.
Yeah, yes, particularly the new whatever applications have been coming, APIs and all, as far as the digital healthcare is concerned, we are also financing particularly those schemes, but it is at present is not covered under this particular Maha Arogya Setu scheme, but we are providing separate platform to that, and as a startup unit also we are providing very competitive terms to those kind of units who want to set up a new startup units, particularly on digital platform. So you are welcome on that platform. Stand Up India scheme is also there, where we can extend financial assistance for such kind of thing.
All right, sir. Thank you.
One Mr. Mukesh has posed a question: are MSMEs registered as startups eligible for the Maha Arogyam? Mr. Mukesh, would you like to pose that question? Would you like to ask it for more clarification?
Yes, actually we are a startup based out of Pune, and we are in operation since last 2 years. So we have a plan of coming up with an integrative type of a center in Pune itself. So are we eligible to apply for Maha Arogyam? And also I would like to know, since we are a startup, we are not cash positive since last 2 years, since our formation. So is there a possibility?
See, particularly in Maha Arogyam scheme, we are providing it to medical professional as well as non-professional people for ramping up the requisite infrastructure, that is hospitals, manufacturing of medical oxygen and oxygen cylinders, etc. As far as this digital healthcare is concerned, so far it has not been incorporated by the government under this scheme, and but we are taking care on a separate platform by providing under the startup schemes, which bank is already having in vogue schemes for such kind of things. There, if you are registered as a MSME unit, you can take the benefit of that particular this thing.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sawan.
Dr. Surekha Chowdhury has a question. She says, is the scheme available only for COVID related, or we can apply for a cancer radiation unit?
Madam, this both the schemes, though it has come in the present scenario in the COVID pandemic, but it is not restricted to only COVID infrastructure. It is restricted to healthcare infrastructure. So in that particularly, if it is for healthcare infrastructure, we can provide finance for them also.
Okay. Mr. Swaroop Gaikwad, he has a question. Are diagnostics also covered under this scheme? I guess the answer is the same as the
yes.
Madam, may I ask a question? My
Yes.
name is Jitendra.
Yes.
Yeah, so my name is Jitendra Nene. Sir, I represent a company called ICERA. We are developing a curative drug for COVID along with Serum as our collaborators. And our human trials phase 1 have started. Our bankers are SBI, but we are looking for a bridge funding. So is there any a possibility where we can approach you and explain?
No, under these particular schemes, see, Maha Arogyam, Maha Sanjeevani, and Maha Doc, under this particular scheme, bridge finance is not permitted. It can be taken care by the banks which are financing the main project. So those banks also can sanction the bridge loan, but not the other banks.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the clarification.
Any more questions from anyone?
Can I ask a question, ma'am?
Yes, please, Mr. Gaikwad.
Yeah, I just had a query that if the machinery cost is around 2 CR and if we are importing the machine from some outside country, for example, Germany, so will it be covered under this scheme?
Yeah, in both the schemes, if it is particularly for oxygen, setting up of an oxygen unit, it can be covered under the Maha Sanjeevani scheme. And if it is for other infrastructure, it can be covered under the Maha Arogyam scheme. For both, if it is below 2 crore, it can be covered without any margin. It can be covered. It will be covered under the CGTMSE scheme.
Okay.
No margin.
Sir, this is related to COVID, but it is not related to oxygen plant. So we are planning to some CT scan machine and something like that.
Okay. So that you can cover under the Maha Arogyam scheme, not under the Maha Sanjeevani scheme, because Maha Sanjeevani is only for medical oxygen and oxygen cylinders, setting up of the plants.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, hi. May I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, Ashish Gavde from Jeeptronics. We are a MCCI member, and our current banker is Bank of Maharashtra. So, yeah, we are looking for working capital for our operations. We make defibrillators. We make medical devices, which are of relevance to COVID. It's not oxygen related though. It is definitely required, but not oxygen.
Okay. So you want working capital for that?
That's right. We have a CC from you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We have a CC of about 22 lakhs or so, but that's not sufficient. So we want more. Yeah.
Okay. Then you can submit the projections and you can get the working capital, whatever requirement is there, based on your projections and based on your actual performance in the previous year. So you can prepare a CMA and you can submit it to the bank. So considering your performance, we can give you the working capital enhancement also.
Okay. And which scheme should I specifically discuss?
You can cover it under Maha-Arogyam also. Maha-Arogyam. Because
Okay.
Maha-Sanjeevani is only for setting up of oxygen plants and units which are in manufacturing of oxygen cylinders and liquid oxygens. So, but Maha-Arogyam is open for entire healthcare infrastructure, including the working capital and setting up of the project and all other things, purchase of equipment also.
I mean, that would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Dr. Surekha has an extension of the earlier question. She says, if we are having loan from other financial institutions, can we take over from your scheme?
Madam, see, in this particular thing, in Maha-Arogyam and Maha-Sanjeevani, these two schemes are meant for creation of infrastructure for healthcare sector. So unless and until additional infrastructure is being created, the bank is not able to finance under this. But as far as takeover is concerned, we are having Mahadoc facility where the medical professionals or doctors, they can seek takeover of their existing limits from the existing bank to our bank. So this scheme also is very competitive and we can give very on competitive terms with all the kinds of facilities under that scheme.
Thank you. So are there any other questions? Would Mr. Alok Mishra, Chief Manager, Bank of Maharashtra, would you like to come in and say something before I request Mr. Vivek Dhawan for the vote of thanks?
Yeah, I would like to thanks to our GM sir.
All right. So I think if there are no more questions, then we can conclude the session. I would like to invite Mr. Vivek Dhawan, Deputy General Manager and Zonal Head Pune East Zone, to please address the participants.
Thank you, Manjuri ma'am. It was a very good session we had with all the participants available here. As rightly stated by our GM sir, that MSME is the backbone for the employment generation and economic activities in the country. Healthcare has always played a pivotal role in the development of healthcare sector manufacturing activity. With the pandemic situation in the country for the last 15-16 months, we are not seeing any people are stating that there is a third wave going to come and then what not. So this sector always assumes greater importance, and we are in Bank of Maharashtra supporting these activities for last many years in the banking business as such. I would like to thank MCCI for coordinating this program and our association with our bank for so long. I would thank our honorable executive director Tamta sir for sharing certain amount of time with us. We had the video coverage of him, which was very educative to us how bank is doing and how our relationship with MCAI is there. I thank Madam you for taking out your valuable time and staying with us. I take this opportunity to thank Sawant sir, our respected GM MSME for giving his thoughts about the healthcare sector and all the schemes which we are having. He has elaborately delivered the entire thing which will be helpful to the sector as such. I thank our colleagues of Maharashtra Chamber and our team in HO Credit Department Mumbai Pune for organizing this show. Rajesh, my colleague, and Jatin, my colleagues at City and Pune West, their deliberations were there. So I would thank all the participants who were there. Without them, this webinar would have not been a success. I thank you all and state that we should have such sessions in future also so that we can have an interaction with them. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. With this, should we close this webinar?
Yes, definitely. So thank you to all of you for your presence. Thanks to all the participants. And I hope to connect with all of you at the Bank of Maharashtra physically sometime in the near future. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.